Okay, we're going to begin. So we are continuing our time with the colon, and it's amazing to really get to know the colon. At some point, I will do a recording of as you work through this series again in your own time. You could also support the nourishment of these individual organs through the colon by focusing on certain types of foods. For now, we are up-leveling the different parts of our physiology as we continue working through the colon. So today, our focus is on the section which is just towards this middle of the transverse colon. And this particular section is connected to the eyes. And eyes are, it's quite a deep organ. This whole optical cavity is quite a significant organ that we have. And it also is connected to the brain, to all the different lobes of the brain, all the different layers of the brain. That particular section of the colon is the one that is connected to it. It's another one of those sections that gets dehydrated quite often and has a direct impact on our memory, and causing confusion or causing a little bit of confusion. So it all emerges from there. It has a direct impact on the stress that the eyes feel. So even if your pancreas might have caused some weakness in the muscles of the eye, as long as they are nourished really well, they don't have to deteriorate as rapidly as can occur. And that happens as you work with the colon. So today we are working with that. Now the connection between the colon, which is an organ that holds the stewardship of your inner wisdom, the wisdom that has been amassed by your soul being and is held in the colon. And the brain, which is where the connection to the mind occurs, which is all about being informed from the past and about the future. And it's a past that has occurred in this lifetime and the future that is also envisioned in this lifetime. So it's very much about surviving this life. So having the connection between your gut and your brain is a very important aspect that enables us to remain in our center, enables us to keep calm even if there is chaos around us, enables us to find certainty where there is uncertainty. So it's interesting how, the whole full spectrum well-being occurs all at the same time, only focusing on the physiology without the awareness of what is going on, on a mental, emotional, spiritual level is not enough. The environmental side of full spectrum well-being includes the terrain that provides the terrain within which our organs exist in our body. So, and when our organs are depleted, it has a direct impact on our social presence. So it's amazing how everything has been created where the dots are just so perfectly connected and in tune. And I feel very fortunate that we are working in this way, very methodically, with great depth, and with ease, grace, and joy. And thank you all for sharing privately as well as in the group your experiences and what you are seeing for yourself. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for taking this content and converting it into YouTube and making it available for people to continue to work with it in their time. Thank you to those who are actually working with this and asking more detailed questions that enables me to respond to those questions. And again, me responding to those questions is me allowing that wisdom to actually be expressed and anchored in this, in the terrain in which we all live in this human form. So all of that is very powerful. The words that get uttered are anchored. Their energy signature exists. So it's really important, if you have a question, rather than have the energy signature of the question be present, ask it. And I will be guided when it's time to answer that question. So as I answer it, then it is the answer that gets anchored. Really important to minimize unanswered questions as much as possible, especially given that we are working with the 10 commandments of our new world, and several of these commandments are about unknown and uncertainty and taking nothing for granted. So the more we can minimize the variables at our end, like unanswered questions, flag them, however small or big they may seem, ask it and see what chooses to emerge from it. And let's anchor the answers, not leave the questions unanswered. So let's begin. Get yourself to be comfortable and make sure that you are seated in such a way that your feet are on the floor, your back is supported. Doesn't have to be resting against a chair, and it could be. If you must lie down, go ahead and lie down. Experiences of like a roller coaster dehydration experience and hydration experience will occur during this time. So if you don't have a glass of water, just get yourself a glass of water, and I will do the same. Okay. And if you don't have access to water at this time, just give your body permission to recalibrate itself and hydrate itself. Bring about that satiation feeling if ever you feel dehydrated during the course of what we're about to do. So imagine the base of your feet, the middle of your feet are connected to the core of the earth. The base of your spine is connected to the core of the earth. Drop your hands to either side of you. Have your palms facing forward. Stretch your fingers a little bit. Imagine the tips of your fingers are connected to the core of the earth. And all of these connections to the core of the earth are through a golden cord. And this golden cord also has in it the presence of citrine today and the presence of malachite, which is a green crystal. It's a very powerful grounding crystal. It's also a crystal that embodies a whole collection of nature spirits from above the ground and below the ground. And nature spirits carry with them the vibration of okayness. And just shake your fingers a little bit, because you just want to adjust your arms. There's some stiffness and stickiness that I'm picking up. Okay. Okay, relax. Take your arms, put them on top of your thighs, palms facing upwards. In case you feel your body shaking, just keep breathing into it. It'll all return to normal. The vacuum suction effect has begun, and your body is already starting to clear itself. So draw a concentric circle starting from the top of your crown, working all the way down to the base of your feet. The front of your forehead, the back of your head. The front of your nose, the back of your head. The front of your lips, the back of your neck. and scan everything in between. In fact, your bodies are so attuned now that the moment you draw the circle, that scanning automatically takes place. The front of your chin, the back of your neck, the top of your shoulders in the front, the top of your shoulders at the back. Scan everything in between. The front of your chest, the back of your upper back. Scan everything in between. The front of your waist, the back of your middle back. Scan everything in between. The front of your abdomen, the back of your lower back. Scan everything in between. The top of your hips, the base of your buttocks, the top of your thighs, the base of your thighs, the front of your knees, the back of your knees, the front of your shin, the back of your calf muscles, the top of your ankles, the base of your heel, the top of your feet, the base of your feet, the top of your toes, the base of your toes. Scan everything in between. Go to the top of your biceps, just around the armpit, and allow yourself to scan all the way down in the form of a spring-like concentric circle, drawing them on either side of your arms. Right side first, go all the way down to the tips of your fingers, and allow whatever energies no longer serve you to be released from your fingertips. Do that on the left-hand side. Scan all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Just going to get into complete alignment with your mind brain, your heart brain, and your gut brain. You breathe in to the count of 9, hold to the count of 4, breathe out to the count of 6. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, hold 2, 3, 4, breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your right hand and just put it just on the right hand side of your solar plexus. And your left hand just remains on top of your left thigh. Now you're going to just breathe in. You're going to go down, take the breath down the middle of your spine all the way down to your tailbone. So take a deep breath in, breathing in love, kindness, and compassion, going down the center of your spine to your tailbone. And as you breathe out, you're going to breathe out from that section of your colon where your hand is kept. Breathe in, breathe out. We're breathing in and out through your nose. You're just imagining the breath going in this way. So you're breathing in, it's going down the center of your spine. This breath that you're taking, as it's traveling down your spine, it's like in between each vertebra, there is a sparkle that takes place. As the breath is going down, there's a collection of sparkling action that is happening all the way down to your tailbone. And the sparkle is igniting the return of the cellular memory of how the spine is meant to serve us. And its service to us is, it's a carrier of our own inner illumination. And it is also a receptacle for the wisdom of the cosmos that further accentuates our inner illumination. So we are returning that remembrance back to the spine. It actually has a direct impact on strengthening of our bone structure, this illumination of the spine being intact. We will be getting to our skeletal structure on Thursday next week. So we are preparing our bones to receive that. And we are also very specifically establishing a connection between our brain and that section of the brain that works with our skeletal structure, with this breath that we are taking. For some reason, it's important. I guess it's important because the transverse colon often gets prolapsed. It's quite a common condition. So when it is prolapsed, it has a direct impact on the peristalsis of the entire colon. And as the remembrance starts to return, the colon walls become stronger, the muscles around it start to get toned, and that prolapse will start to reverse. And the spine plays a very important role in providing that support for these organs, which are just pure muscle, to be able to remain toned with this very strong gravitational pull that we experience with every step we take, every movement. You're constantly breathing in through the middle of your spine, experiencing the sparkles. The range of the sparkles is growing. It's starting to emanate out of your body. And there are these amazing circles and circles of sparkles coming out of your body, surrounding you, like in a column of sparkles. And this is your own inner light. And as these sparkles start to expand wider and wider and wider, and here we are from different parts of the world, from Thailand all the way to Colorado, the city of angels, Manhattan, New York, Australia, India, Europe, Africa. We have a good collection of people here on this call today. So all of our sparkles are expanding, and as we connect to one another, there is like an alchemy of sparkling that takes place. And the vibrational frequency of these sparkles is just the pure essence of our soul presence, which is presencing the vibrational frequency of the creator who can create and has created everything and can create anything. There's an unbridledness, there's an unleashing that one feels, and there is that experience of unbridled joy that you will start to feel rise within you. You're now directing all of that energy of unbridled joy into that section of the colon. The colon already has those lights that we have placed in it when we began the series on the colon. So that's already there, and we've now added to it our own inner illumination. And this illumination is giving us clarity in terms of our vision. Your eyes are very beautifully settled into your optical cavity. Your optical nerves are relaxed, releasing all tension. You can move your hands if you need to, just in case. We've already established the link, so the work is happening. Notice that clarifying experience that is taking place in your eyes. It's as if layers that might have been there covering your eyes are being removed. Your eyes are closed. Fuzziness, cloudiness starting to disappear. Your vitamin A stores that you didn't have access to is opening up. You may experience a little bit of twitchiness or a little bit of tension in your forehead and your temples area, as well as the base of your neck. And that's just the connection that is taking place to the different layers of your brain. The connection between the colon and the brain. It already existed. A remembrance is being brought back in. And with that remembrance, the brain actually recalibrates very fast. The first thing that is happening is a hydration of the brain. And you may wish to take a sip of water if you needed to, and you don't have to. I'm told the brain is 90% water. It's the size of a walnut, and a lot of the connections are activated when it's hydrated properly. The hydration of the brain happens with just pure water. Very directly linked to the hydration of the colon. You will now experience like a series of currents that are going around in circles. There's a collection of intersecting concentric circles. And these are circles of light frequency that are literally forming from the base of your tail of your brainstem all the way to every lobe of the brain. Certain sacred geometry structure that is being formed as a result of these overlapping concentric circles of illumination. Certain parts of the brain that were, like clogged start to sparkle again. Brain is an organ that auto-corrects itself very fast, very rapidly. It also is an organ that cleans itself out very rapidly. It also is an organ that shuts off its own remembrance if there is an emotional distress anywhere. And the emotional distress that it is most impacted by is the feeling of helplessness and hopelessness in the context of expressing your true calling. When that starts to shut out, the brain starts to shut out. And with the sparkling infusion that we are doing right now, and the connection of the colon to the brain that is opening up, which means that the brain is assured of ongoing nourishment. It doesn't need to go into a conservation mode because a remembrance is returning, and that partnership between the colon and the brain is being reactivated. Now I'm able to direct your own internal water like a colon cleanse that is actually now gushing through at a particular rhythm through the transverse colon. And it's just moving backwards and forwards for now in a particular rhythm to allow the impacted fecal matter that was there, that has been broken down, to disintegrate into fine particles so it can actually be excreted out. Just keep breathing in love, kindness, and compassion. Keep going down your spine all the way to your tailbone, breathing out from that section of your colon. Breathe in again. Okay, we are now ready to up-level it and raise the vibrational frequency so that it becomes the vibrational frequency of the human form. The colon vibrating at the vibrational frequency of love will amplify the expression of your inner wisdom through this human form. And it brings about the vibe of rejoicing at a soul level. The soul came here to experience this journey as a journey of rejoicing, a journey of celebration, a journey of festivities. So now you can take your right hand and make sure that it is in that part of that colon. Take your left hand and put it over your heart and repeat after me the human vibe attunement chant, being declared in harmony with our human form and the soul presence that it carries. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. brain is receiving the vibes. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Lots of crackling occurring in the region of your ears and maybe your temples as well. A couple more times. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. I acknowledge myself as a human. I receive myself as a human. I accept myself as a human. Take your hands in front of your heart. You rub them against each other. Put them over your eyes. Don't open your eyes and then just put them over your eyes. Take your hands in front of your heart again. Rub them against each other. Take your left hand and put it over your navel. And take your right hand about 4 inches away from your right ear. Moved a lot of energy, just releasing any excess energy build up there. And now let's just integrate with 3, 9, 4, 6 breaths. Breathe in 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hold 2, 3, 4. Breathe out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your hands in front of your throat this time. Rub them against each other. Put them over your eyes, open your eyes, and then take them on top of your head, the back of your head, either side of your neck, down your shoulders, and do an energy sweep and blow on your hands. Well, the human vibe attunement is complete. If you need to be somewhere, you can go ahead and leave at this point. And I always like to anchor the completion of these sessions with the one words that you're present to. So please share them in the chat and I will read them aloud, anchoring them. And do go ahead and help yourself to some water. Stillness, relief, lightness of being indeed, internally centered, calmness, feeling so energized, thank you, joyful, thank you for the unique experience, wonderfully relaxed, thank you, smiles and sparkle, yes, love and gratitude, integration and joy and aliveness, beauty, strength, empowered, love, flow, 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 yes, 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 peaceful, joy and gratitude, sparkling, sparkle and splendor, huge release, smiling. That's great. Thank you so much. Thank you all. Have a great weekend, all of you, and I look forward to seeing you on Tuesday. Thank you.